For our honeymoon, we went on a cruise with our daughters. For our 5th anniversary, we celebrated in the Great Smoky Mountains with our son. So, for our 10th anniversary, we also wanted to do something really special. So, after much consideration, we decided to celebrate our 10th year anniversary with a quick family trip. Finally, after driving all day with as few stops as possible, we made it to Louisiana and to the Creole Victorian house, which I found on booking.com.
All right. Yeah.
Online, it states that the Creole Victorian is for small or large groups. At the time of our trip, the home had free Wi-Fi and free parking. The house cost us around $130 a night, and we stayed for 2 nights. The home is a duplex, and the owner lives next door. He was very nice and even had a stocked fridge for his guest. It is important to know, though, the place is rated as a 3-star, and that is because the house is older, so it's harder to keep cool, and the man does not hire a professional cleaning crew. That being said, it was a very affordable option for us, and we really loved the place's charm and the location. In fact, there was a ferry very nearby, and had we been going straight to the French Quarter, it would have been a great way for us to travel to the city. Unfortunately, it wasn't long until I realized my dream trip wouldn't go exactly as planned. I had forgotten how fun it is to get kids moving in the morning. That being said, we did make the best of the situation by spending time with each other and exploring the area.
I don't know how to say it, but he was a violinist, and he lived here.
This grass.
Marcoux resident.
This grass is like steps. Is that right?
It's moss-covered steps. Yes, be careful.
Yeah, because moss. What? What's this?
A statue.
When we were finally all ready, we made our way to our first stop, which was Russell's Marina Grill. Online, Russell's Marina Grill is described as a daytime diner, drawing crowds with its big menu of home-style dishes in a no-frills space with a retro vibe. Initially, this stop was not on my list. We actually decided to go there for breakfast because Ayana loves the musical group The Suicide Boys. The dad of one of the members, named Ruby, actually owns this restaurant. In fact, while we were there, Ayana saw and recognized Ruby's dad. After taking some photos in front of the restaurant's old sign, we made our way to our next destination, which was on the list, City Park. I actually picked this place for many reasons. First, I thought it would be a great place to take family photos in the morning before it got very hot. In addition, I also chose City Park because it's free to explore and it is a great free place to leave your car. While at City Park, we also wanted to explore the free sculpture garden. And while I know nothing about art, I will say it was very interesting.
That is cool art. That is a tall man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you don't got no head. Ain't got one on.
That is cool.
While at City Park, I was happy that we did get to see Langle's Bridge, the Dueling Oak, and what's left of the bayou there. While I cannot speak French, so I won't attempt to say the name of this bayou, it is the only thing left of the swamp that once shaped the way the town of New Orleans was developed. Interestingly, it was also within this swamp and bayou that smugglers and runaway slaves would escape to avoid detection. The park is a beautiful and unique place, and I'm happy that we made it one of our first stops. After our visit to City Park, we hopped on streetcar 48, which our boys were very excited about. In fact, we actually decided to get the Jazzy Pass, which allows you to get on any streetcar for the entire day for $3 per adult and $1 for kids.
Oh, yay! Thank you!
After getting off the streetcar, we walked toward Jackson Square by way of the park in front of the Mississippi River. Our first stop was at the Holocaust Memorial, which was built in 1984 for the New Orleans World Fair, as a tribute to the victims and a way of telling their story. Next, we saw the Monument of the Immigrant, which depicts an immigrant family on one side, and on the other side a figure shaped like the front of a ship, reminding people that New Orleans is a historic port city and a city of immigrants. One of the strangest statues we saw happened to be the Old Man River statue. He is said to be God to the city in love with water. While on this path, we made sure to stop at the Love Winds Pier. While we did leave our lock at home, we made sure to take several pictures here. And of course, like always, I had to stop and check out the historical plaques. The first one was about J. Baptiste Baudreau II. He served 2 governors as a peace ambassador to many allied tribes, until he was arrested again for salvaging a wreck. While in jail, he was forced at gunpoint by AWOL soldiers to lead them to Georgia. He was blamed, and his defiled and quartered body was thrown into the Mississippi River flood tides near these steps. Next, I found a marker about the steamer. On January the 10th of 1812, the New Orleans, commanded by Nicholas Roosevelt, arrived on this spot. It was the first steamboat to successfully navigate the Ohio and Mississippi rivers. Steamboats were a major factor in the growth of New Orleans as a major port. And finally, I found the New Orleans marker, which states how the area was first a home for Native Americans and how New Orleans was named by its founder in honor of the Duke of Orleans, regent of France. It also tells how the city became known as the Crescent City because of its location in the bend of the Mississippi. Finally, after the long walk, we had made enough room for beignets at the Café du Monde. Notably, this establishment is cash only, but as a researcher, I was prepared. While there, I ordered 4 iced coffee drinks, 2 cold chocolate milks, a cold water, and 2 orders of beignets, which cost us around $37.
Oh, that was good. Okay, Millard. Carl.
Mom, look at this is funny.
You don't like the coffee?
To me, it was worth it. Jackson Square is a must-see when visiting New Orleans because it's the most recognized historic landmark. The square is also known as a picturesque park in the heart of the French Quarter. In addition, it played a pivotal role in New Orleans history as it is the site of the Louisiana Purchase. After leaving Jackson Square, we traveled behind the main strip so we could take the kids to two popular spots that I thought they would enjoy. First, we went to see the Michelle statue, which is a bronze statue that sits at the edge of a fountain. The painting is called Window into the Past, French Market of Yesteryear. Notably, in the painting behind Michelle, several important people are depicted, including the first free woman of color who ran a French market coffee shop and the voodoo queen Marie Laveau. Next, we made a short walk to the Instrument Men statue, which, besides being a popular photo spot, commemorates New Orleans as the birthplace of jazz. Of course, the historic landmark that I couldn't wait to see was the statue of Joan of Arc as a gift to New Orleans from the nation of France. The Joan of Arc monument showcases Joan of Arc in a victorious pose. Next, we walked towards Central Grocery. While we were still too full for a muffaletta, we decided to buy a jar of the olive salad. I can honestly say it was worth it. Next, we kind of started winging it. Originally, I had a lot of stores that I wanted to visit along the way. But instead, we decided to just walk and enjoy the city's architecture. As you probably know, this house was featured in American Horror Story. This was originally the home of a very reputable woman who today is known for torturing her slaves. During our walk, we also passed the Galliard House, built in 1860. Online, it states that this Victorian French Quarter townhouse exemplifies architectural features that are not only unique to New Orleans, but were also innovative and advanced for the period. In addition, the home has an iconic Paris green gate. I tried my best to find the house of the voodoo queen Marie Laveau. I'm not sure we ever passed it, but by this time, the older kids were so hot that they were very uninterested. So it was time for a stop at the Vampire Cafe. While there, we got blood bags all around, a trio appetizer of alligator, shrimp, and salmon, and chocolate bats. This cost about $140, but as a bonus, we got complimentary temporary tattoos. Need but one. You can't look like you got feasted on. You don't need it on your cheeks, son. You may think that I would be done with vampires by that stop, but we ended up walking to the next vampire restaurant called the Vampire Apothecary. While here, we all got water, except for someone who got a blood bag because they dropped there. I don't know why y'all look so miserable. Because it's miserable outside. We also got 2 specialty drinks, raw oysters, and 4 flour cookies. It cost us around $80.
Oh, this is where you get your tarot readings read. Look, there's a coffin in here. All right, get over there and let me take your picture.
While I can't say the food at either place was unforgettable, I can say that both restaurants offered an unforgettable experience. On a more serious note, during our time walking around the city, we were approached by people multiple times, trying to guess where our shoes came from. I knew that this scam could happen, so immediately I would shout, "No!" After picking up a few chocolate frogs and some bacon pralines, we headed back to a streetcar. This time, we just happened to go down Charles Street, which is where the Mardi Gras parade occurs. If you know me at all, you would know before sunset we had to make it to the Garden District so I could look around. Originally, just like the rest of New Orleans, this place was inhabited by the Choctaw. They would use the nearby river during the rainy season to catch fish, and during the dry season, when the river would recede, they would plant near the fertile banks. In 1682, a cross was planted into the ground and the region became French. However, the French left the area until 1718, when they came back to establish the city of New Orleans. The following year, the French began to import slaves to the area to work what they thought would be successful tobacco fields. However, after trying for 60 years and being cramped in the city surrounded by cypress swamp, the French, who realized tobacco did not grow in the area and was unsuccessful at various pursuits, gave the region to the Spanish. This occurred in 1760, and they were there for 40 unsuccessful years until they returned the area to Napoleon in 1800. It is believed that Napoleon originally had grand ambitions for the area. He wanted it to be similar to Haiti, where he was growing a great sugar crop. However, after losing the Haitian Rebellion, Napoleon reconsidered the situation. This is what influenced Napoleon to sell Louisiana to the United States for $15 million. After the Louisiana Purchase, the multiracial French Catholic area became American. The Americans then made Napoleon's dream a reality by making sugar a major crop. And with Eli Whitney's cotton gin, cotton also became a major cash crop. By 1812, the steamboat I already mentioned, the New Orleans, came down the river and transformed the area into a major port city. These new farming opportunities brought in richer people willing to finance the farmers to get more land, more cotton gins, and more slaves. However, these new to the area English men didn't want to live in the crowded Creole-filled city of New Orleans. So, in 1826, these newcomers purchased the Livaday plantation. To understand how they were able to purchase this plantation, you have to back up to November the 28th of 1797, when the 26-year-old Jacques Livaday married the 13-year-old Marie Celeste. Apparently, Jacques was not a good husband to her, as he drank and was continually unfaithful. However, Jacques was pretty cocky and he didn't believe that she would ever divorce him. As a result, in 1826, at their divorce proceedings, Jacques didn't even bother showing up. The judge was so insulted that he agreed to give Maria Celeste the Livaday plantation. By 1832, she agreed to sell the plantation to these American money men. Fast forward to after the Civil War, the entire South became impoverished. The French Quarter became slums. However, the rich people who lived in the Garden District, while affected, never experienced the immense poverty. To help boost morale and hopefully bring the area out of depression following the Civil War, a World Fair was held in New Orleans. Unfortunately, while that didn't actually end up helping many of the people who lived in the Garden District did upgrade their homes. While I'm unsure of how much money we spent on these meals, I will say I really enjoyed my gumbo, jambalaya, and my favorite was the etouffee. We really had a great time and luckily made a quick and safe return to our rental house. The next morning, while some of the kids got ready, we rode around the area.
What's the name of this one? The Holy Name of Mary Church Cemetery, St. Bartholomew's.
Bye, cemetery. Bye, stop sign. Bye, stop sign. Now, right? Bye, stop. Bye. Bye, bye, house. Oh. Bye, house. Bye, bye, cemetery.
Miller, that's a popular place. You know it?
Yeah.
People are just dying to get in.
All right, Daddy. Jazz Walk of Fame. 1719. That's pretty cool.
When everyone was finally ready, instead of doing kid-friendly things with our last few hours, like go to the zoo or the World War II Museum or Mardi Gras World or Jamnola, which I did consider, we decided to make Ayana happy. To do that, we drove around to different places in the area that are mentioned in the Suicide Boys music.
Oh, yay, we made it.
Of course, in order to save some money on that day before we left Louisiana, we decided to stop and eat at Popeye's Chicken. After cruising around, I was thrilled to find out that we had just enough time to make a quick visit to the Chalmette battlefield. While I wasn't able to get the teens out of the car, I did get the boys inside of the visitor center in time to pick up free activity books. Even in a hurry, while here, you can feel the serenity of the area. And it's probably because I realized that over 2,000 men lost their lives here. Notably, this battlefield can really tug at your emotions. While there, we made sure to look at the cannons, the house, and we drove down the trail. I found it very interesting that the main monument has an elevator inside of it, just like the Washington Monument or the Gateway Arch, only this elevator is no longer in use. After running and driving around the battlefield to cool off, we did the most Louisiana thing you can think of, and that was to stop at a drive-through liquor store for slushies.
Oh, dang, one's out the... That is the craziest thing to me.
One of the main reasons we chose to vacation here is so we could attend Scraping the Coast, which is held annually in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Hey.
Now, look how many toes it has. Wait, don't touch it.
What in the hell?
I think it's a bell.
Somebody with 6 toes?
I don't know. I think it was an animal, but what the heck kind of animal was it?
I
Did
don't
you
know.
take a picture?
I took a video.
Mama, I see a big footprint.
I don't.
What does it say?
Mexican cat.
Oh yeah,
And the
trout
crab.
and flounder and redfish.
And the crab.
Oh yeah, those are good.
You know, if we get a crab, we can make the crab into crab meat.
Oh yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be yummy. Wait, don't
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
stop. Please,
Wow!
down. Take off your book bag and do like this.
You making a sand angel?
No, I'm making a human. It looks like you're making sand.
Smile, Daddy. We're on our way to the car show.
Dad, I see it. I
Smile,
see
Carl. We're on our way to the car show.
it. We're going to go upstairs to get toys.
If you would like to see specific footage from Scraping the Coast, I do have a video of just that.
That's crazy.
Oh, what do you see, Millard? Laura. You going to the pool? Where are you going? Yeah, we gonna swim? All right, well, let's wait on Daddy. You gotta leave the Cheez-Its.
That's cool.
Wow. Yeah, you gonna get a picture with your brother? Look, he's coming out of his shell. Mmm. Is the water cold?
And Mama, bring my cover truck and I'll just stand off of it. Because I don't want to stand again the wheel and I want you.
Oh. Oh, wow, he caught it. Yeah. Look at this shiny rock.
Oh, it's shiny.
A kindergarten smorgasbord right here.
Yum.
Mama.
Really?
I hope that you enjoyed this video and it inspires you to travel and learn. If you will, please consider liking this video, and as always, thanks for watching.